Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Yes, it's Wednesday, new product review day. We've got a bunch of these that have been posting throughout the day today. Here is another one. This is the second album from progressive metal, atmospheric rock act, A Dying Planet, called When the Skies Are Gray. This follows up their original debut album from 2018 called Facing the Incurable. This, of course, is the band led by Jasun Tipton, guitarist extraordinaire from Sun Caged and a bunch of other different projects. This originally was supposed to be another offshoot band from 0 Hour that he and his brother Troy Tipton, I should say, were actually going to put together, but Troy had developed a affliction to his hand and his arm, so he's no longer able to play bass anymore. So this is now basically Jason's kind of vehicle here, but he's got some help on this album. On vocals, Paul Adrian Villarreal, who of course vocalist with Sun Caged. We've got Brian Hart on bass and Marco Bica on drums. So pretty good album, I think. Not typically what you'd expect if you are a 0 Hour fan and waiting ever so patiently for the return of 0 Hour, which is coming up fairly soon. This offers some similar characteristics, but not. First of all, you've got Paul on vocals, who has a really unique style. If you've ever listened to him with Sun Caged, he sings in a bunch of different registers. And what's really interesting on this album is that this is very much a vocal album. There's a lot of vocals on here, as opposed to where, 0 Hour has like a good amount of vocals, but lots of these intense instrumental passages. And not that there aren't a lot of great instrumental passages on this album, but this is very vocal oriented. All the tracks on here, what are there, like 6 songs? 6 songs. Most of them fairly lengthy, but a lot of vocals. And Paul, like I said, he sings in a lot of different registers, and he utilizes all those tools that he has in each song. So while when you listen to the album, you may think that there's 2 or 3 guys singing, it's all him. The way it's recorded and the way the whole thing is produced, he's doing the upper register things, the more mid-pace stuff, really kind of like crooning melodic stuff. He's really like all over the place, and it works out really, really well. And at many times, his vocals remind me of Tommy Shaw from Styx, especially the higher register stuff. Really, really strong vocalist, this guy. Really, really good. So like I said, you got 6 tracks on here. The music at times is kind of muscular and riffy, almost djenty a little bit. I wouldn't say this is like technical progressive metal like 0 Hour. It's not quite that proggy, not quite that heavy, not quite that technical, although there are moments. Jason is an incredible guitar player. He is a master of riffs, and he's a crazy soloist. But don't expect lots of solos on this album. Just like 0 Hour, the music is not all about that. But more importantly, there's lots of space and room to breathe on here. He's doing a lot of cool little textures and utilizing effects. And I hate to throw it out there, but The Edge from U2 uses lots of effects and textures to kind of complement the riffs and things like that and fill in space. Jason is doing that a lot on this album. Not that he sounds like The Edge, but he's utilizing all these things in his arsenal, and coupled with the oftentimes big crushing riffs, okay, which pop in every now and then. They have that like kind of gent feel at times. They're kind of off kilter. At times they're a little complex, but this is not the beastly juggernaut of 0 Hour where it's like nonstop complexity. So there is a lot of really interesting textures and tones and colors on the guitars here. And then you got the great rhythm section. Fantastic stuff. But I'm also reminded at times of Anathema. Okay, that very kind of moody, melodic, kind of modern rock prog type of thing. Very melodic, all right, very catchy. The songs are very catchy, but they're really moody. I think also Catatonia in the spots. Right, so what do we got here? So you got the title track is first, When the Skies Are Gray. Really cool tune. Like I said, lots of feels, lots of textures going in here. Then you got Honoring Your Name as the second track. There, some of the gent elements are falling into play. For those of you who are watching, have no idea what djent is. It's kind of like this. Think of Meshuggah, Animals as Leaders, Tesseract, those type of bands who do that kind of stop-start, very rhythmic type of metal or progressive metal, lots of different polyrhythms and stuff, that sort of thing. There's a lot of that in this particular song, but I like how they build up to it. It's not like you get it from start to finish. You'll get these kind of really atmospheric passages with little bits of keyboards and all these different, guitar chords and effects and things like that. And then the boom, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, kind of kicks in, right? Then you got another great track, Hope for Tomorrow. Again, very melancholy. A lot of this album. And then, you can picture just by the title and the cover art there that this is not a very happy album. This is reflective of the kind of world we're living in today, right? The big centerpiece of the album is Embrace, which is about 15 minutes long. Really incredible. Takes you through a journey. Amazing song. Lots of heavy parts. Lots of more kind of atmospheric sections, utilizing all sorts of different effects and things like that. A lot of vocals, and again, Paul is going all over the map with all the different vocal styles he has. Then you got Far From Home, all right, another really cool tune, again, really moody, emotional, atmospheric. And then A Father's Love is the last song on the album, and that's probably the most technical of all these tracks. It's heavy in spots. It's definitely more progressive than the rest of the album. It starts off with all these really cool guitar things that Jasun is doing. His textures throughout this entire song, really good. There's some little bit of soloing on here as well. I also do want to mention that Derek Sherinian shows up towards the end. Yes, that Derek Sherinian shows up towards the end of Embrace and throws in a really cool synthesizer solo in typical Sherinian crazy fashion, right? Gotta love it. Fits right in. So, and Father's Love, the closing track. Really, really good. Like I said, most of the songs are fairly lengthy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes long. One is 15. Very moody, but very melodic. So, like I said, great vocals. A great vocal performance from Paul across the board. A lot of great textures and riffs from Jasun, and the rhythm section, dynamite. This is really kind of cool stuff. Different from 0 Hour, but if you like 0 Hour, I think you'll really appreciate this as well, because there are some similarities. Like I said, for me, this is like 0 Hour meets Anathema. That's the only really way I can put it. If Anathema had some bigger riffing and a lot more guitar going on, that's kind of what this is. But you get those great vocals and the great vocal harmonies. And, Paul is basically, Anathema's got a couple lead singers. Paul is doing it all on his own here. Really great job in the editing room on this one. So, yeah, and this is on Life Force Records. So, A Dying Planet, When the Skies Are Gray. Really dig this a lot. Give it a try if you've never listened to these guys before. Excellent, excellent album. A lot of fun. And, it's a serious listen. And I think it's kind of music for our times, like I said, with all that's going on in the world, what's been going on in the world over the last couple of years. I think this is, tells the story right here. So thanks for watching. Visit us on the web, www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Thanks for watching. We got more stuff coming up tonight. We've got the Guitarist Corner, where we're talking about our favorite Fender players. That's happening tonight. And what do we got? Monsters Den tomorrow. Martin Popoff back in the house on Friday, and album homework assignment on Sunday. So lots happening, as well as a ranking the albums of Firewind, the great Greek power metal band that will be ranked by myself, Stephen Reed, and Simon Bray. So stay tuned for that as well. So thanks for watching. I'm Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Bye-bye.